Hello, crazy people. In the project of this week, I created this composition here, where I place a dragon tattoo in my bag. Let me show you how I did. The idea was to take a picture where at least my bag would be naked to place the tattoo. I took some photos with my jeans and some without it for some options. I did this picture in my bedroom in a very limited space using my stand with a black fabric and my 35mm lens. My aperture was on f4 and my speed was 125. I went to Google and I found a copyright-free image of a red dragon. I love that and I thought it would be a perfect tattoo for me. So I put that in my bag. Let me show you how I did. Alright guys, so this is the initial photo that I chose to use for this composition, and I just started to fix the backdrop. Obviously I didn't have enough space, so my backdrop fabric was not of enough size, so I had a lot of things outside of the image, obviously, that I had to remove. So you can fill your background, you can get a brush and paint it. After sampling your background, you can go get a brush and paint it. You can warp your background as well to fix all these issues. You can do a lot of things in order to fill those spaces in your backdrop. I can go over here and you can go fill, and the Photoshop will fill for you. It's not always that does a perfect job, but most of the time it's pretty good. So I warped my leg here because I wanted these pictures to be very symmetrical. Start doing some liquefies as well, and I liquefied my backdrop too. Then I cropped it and I did a high frequency separation, which is just here. This is to make this skin a bit smoother. I've already spoke about high frequency before, so it's the same process, the same thing that I always do in my compositions. Hit me up if you cannot find how to do the high frequency separation, and I will reply to your comment and you will learn how to do it. Also did a burning dodge that I always do to make it more contrasty and all those things that I found important in an image. Burning dodge tool are just right here. Usually you use the burn tool in the dark places, like shadow places, and the dodge tool you use on the highlights. And then I copied the whole image. So this is a merged image here. And now it's the time that I had to place the tattoo. And to add the tattoo, you would have to do the same process as the frequency separation. And you put the tattoo in between the high frequency separation and the low frequency. So the tattoo stays under the skin texture, just like I did it here. So this is a low frequency, this is the high frequency, and the tattoo was added right here. So you would have to put the tattoo on a blend mode, multiply just right here. And you will see already the texture in the top of the tattoo after doing that. So that would start to make your tattoo more realistic, like it was actually in the back of your subject, or in my back in this case. So I added Gaussian blur effect in my tattoo twice. I'm going to show you how I did it. So they are just, if you go and click it, double click, you will open the smart object. And this, you'll see that I added a smart filter, a Gaussian blur. I duplicated the tattoo and also added another Gaussian blur. Those processes are to make the tattoo more realistic. After the Gaussian blur effect, you can see I also did a little trick that I learned with a graphic designer, which is a pretty good graphic designer, and he does incredible things on Photoshop, and then he teaches how to do this in order to make your tattoo more realistic, which is pretty much adding a cloud into your tattoo. So it's a layer cloud, you can see, that was added into the tattoo, okay, to make those sort of, you can see patched like it was in a cloud in your tattoo. And in order to do that, you would have to go filter, render, and clouds. And here you see I added clouds in my back, in myself, but you would have to add it in your tattoo, okay? So I'm just going to stop this for now. So you should do the same thing, add the clouds in both of the tattoos, both of the, if you duplicate your tattoo and Gaussian blur both tattoos, you would have to do the cloud process as well in both. See, I duplicated the tattoo. You could have just one if you wanted, and those clouds you can blur them, you can make them bigger, you can make them stronger, you can do whatever you want, and then you can make this decision yourself. So as you can see, they all became a smart object, and they were put on multiply here. As you can see, opacity was also a little bit down. So now when you transform something in a smart object and it's only one object, you can start to put filters on it. I know it's a little bit complicated for you guys to understand that, but I don't want to make this too fast. So I will see if I can find a video for you guys with a better explanation on how to do all these, but this is how I did. But my videos is more about to be creative, not to learn the whole process. I'm rushing through it, but you know, if you want it, I can send you a video and find a video where you can actually learn how to do step by step. To finish the tattoo, there is one more thing you have to do that's very important. It's something called displacement, which I've done right here. This then will make the tattoo follow the curves, the natural curves of your body, okay? Like here you can tell it looks like it's following in the curves, you know. And you can do with other things as well. You can do with textures, we can do with patterns. In this case, I'm doing with tattoos. So displacement helps a lot. To do that, you would need to have a black and white image, like I do have here. This image needs to be blurred and with a strong contrast. So the displacement will pick like the natural curves of the body. So you would have to do that, have this image and save some PSD. So to do the displace, you go back there and you go to filters and you go to distort and you go to displace, and then here you choose what you wanted to go okay, and that's where you will find that PSD image. So if I go to where my project is, you go to your PSD image and then you get that black and white, which I call displacement, and I will put it over there, and that will make the tattoo follow the curves of your body. So it's really good. After doing all that, you can change the size of your tattoo, the vibrance, just like I did right here. So basically, you can go here and change the tattoo to whatever you wanted. You can change the place of the tattoo. You can also make the tattoo bigger if you wanted to. My computer is a bit slow, but here you can change the tattoo to a bigger tattoo if you wanna. Just making bigger, you know. The only thing would have been better for you to do it again is the displacement, because you would need to follow the curves again, make the tattoo follow the curves again. But overall is making a pretty okay job, you know. So I'm just going to Ctrl Z that. After doing all that, I added a curve here to make it lighter on the place that had to be, and start to color grading, like choose the colors I wanted to use. So I start by using a gradient map, chose this color here, which is like a greenish, sort of a teal and orange as well, but like a greenish and yellowish. Curves again, change it a little bit, you know, and then I merged all my layers again and did a little liquify afterwards. You can always do in my shoulder just to make a little bit better, a little bit more gracious. This is how I did, but if you didn't understand because I rushed through this tutorial, please comment below and I can send you a link or I can clarify with some answers. And yeah, that's it. That's it, everybody. I hope you like this composition. It's a long process of editing to make it look natural, but it's worth it. Don't forget to give me a like, subscribe if you haven't done yet, and go follow me in the socials. All links are in the description. See you next week for another cool composition. Bye!